Alabama, Don't Stop, Mississippi, Possum Point, Georgia, Miami.
Who's Amy?
Miami.
You mean your Amy?
Bo Hunkers.
Bo Hookers?
Bo Hunkers.
Bo Hunkers?
Oh, I beg your pardon. Hoboken.
Hoboken. Oh, well, Mr. Conductor, I want to go to Hot Town.
Hot Town?
Yes, sir.
That's the last stop.
Last-
All aboard.
All right, sir.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. How's it going? Welcome aboard. It's a Tethercat stream. Not only that, you want to talk about scuff? I forgot to plug my controller in. Oh no, heavens to Betsy. But let's run with it. I'm gonna toss on the game. Welcome aboard, everyone. 2024.
Sonia John said good.
There you go. Alright, controller's plugged in. Maybe it'll work. I don't know.
Sonia John said wow.
I might have to reboot the controller, but maybe, maybe not. We'll find out. Yeah, this is NHL 94 2025. In case you didn't know, Johnny Gaudreau passed away this past year, so the game is in commemoration of him, as he was a very prominent.
Minimi96 said how ya doing Tethercat?
I'm doing amazing. Actually, I'm having a great day, to be honest. I'm gonna lower the volume of the game just a little. There we go. What else? Yeah, Blue Sky happened, so welcome everyone coming by from Twitter. If you've migrated away from Twitter and you're on Blue Sky now, welcome aboard. That's where I'm doing a lot of my posting, to be honest. What else? What else am I doing? I guess I can... Gonna see if I can get some more of that screen real estate for the translation. What are we doing for... Oh, the controller worked. Well done. I have a controller. All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to hit mute on the game for a moment. All right, the game's on mute. What I want to do is, and this is what this stream is about, we're just going to do a regular season game. Players, it's going to be a demo. We're just going to do 2 versus teams. I'm going to put it up to 20 minutes. We're going to play a full game. We're not going to play a full game. We're going to watch a full game. Team 1 is going to be Toronto. That's our home team, as always. And Team 2 is going to be whoever you guys want to choose. So I'm leaving it up to chat on this one. If you have any idea, we got all these teams. We got a brand new team in Utah. Apparently the Utah Hockey Club is new this season. We have a ton of NHL teams. So please, by all means, throw in your suggestions. But what I want to do is I want to head over to an article that I read. Where's this article? Not that one. There it is. 6 reasons the Toronto Maple Leafs will win the Stanley Cup in 2025 is what the article states. There's going to be 32 teams in the fan base this year. And the Leafs are going to win, says this writer, because of Marner and Tavares.
Sonia John said the wait was quite long but good.
Oh, excellent. I'm very glad about that. So, unless you, it says this article, unless you've been living under a rock, which that's me, you're well aware that this could wind up being the last season for Mitch Marner and John Tavares in a Maple Leaf sweater. So we're going to keep an eye on Mitch Marner and John Tavares. Oh, there's yeah, they just showed Mitch. So they're extremely talented players, and as they could become unrestricted free agents, yeah, we'll keep an eye on them. Austin Matthews and Connor McDavid are the debates over who are going to be the greatest hockey players ever in history. Austin Matthews, that's guy that there he is right there. We're gonna see if Austin Matthews can pull it out of the hat on this one. And then we got coaching from Craig Berube. So we're gonna keep an eye on all those players, keep an eye on all those talents, and we'll see how this game goes. Now, with that said, let's re-enable the audio. Okay, that looks good. Has anyone chosen what the team is? No? Okay, well, let's go to... Who do we want to fight? Do we want to make it a Canada versus Canada battle? Do we want to do Toronto versus Toronto? That'd be confusing. Do we want to do Toronto versus the new guys, Utah? That'd be fun. We got some Canadian teams, but we can always make this cross-cultural. Where's the hottest place on Earth? That's like Las Vegas, isn't it? Let's do Toronto versus Las Vegas.
Minimi96 said Utah.
Now we got to vote for Utah. We're going to Utah. Sounds good to me. Penalties on.
Sonia John said Tethercat Utah.
2 votes for Utah. We're doing Utah. Line changes. Yeah, let's have auto line changes on.
Sonia John said please.
There we go. Penalties on. Goalies are autoed. This is going to be good. We're in. How's the audio? We can pull up the game audio a little bit now. Yeah, that sounds all right. Okay. Okay. Hi, I'm Ron Barr for EA Sports. Welcome to a sold-out Scotiabank Arena. Tonight's National Hockey League game features the Utah Hockey Club and the Toronto Maple Leafs. For Toronto, Joseph Woll is on a hot streak, but Morgan Riley is off his game. For Utah, Clayton Keller is on a hot streak, but Mikhail Sergachev is off his game. Scotiabank Arena crowd record is 80 decibels. Hit the start button to begin. Use the A and C buttons to cycle through the matchups. Thanks, Ron Barr from EA Sports. Start game, change goalie, edit lines, team roster, other scores, player cards, record holders. We're gonna start the game, and as soon as the game starts, I'm gonna switch it over to manual control or change teams.
Sonia John said yeah.
Oh wait, it's on neutral, so I don't have to touch a thing. There we go, everybody. Game on. As you can tell by the clock in the bottom left corner, the game's not going to be a full 20 minutes. Like that clock is racing. We're at probably 5 times speed. Ooh, Austin Matthews, superstar of the NHL, gets a penalty for charging 45 seconds into the game. It's already a Utah power play. Let's see how the long vaunted but Stanley Cup droughted Maple Leafs handle this deficiency. Well, they're on the attack. They're coming in pretty hot and strong. Oh, they can't quite capitalize on that play. Here's Utah. Utah out of nowhere. Oh, so much for that. Penalty killing. Toronto's strong on the penalty killing this season, albeit this is the first game of the season. Oh, that was a vicious hit by Toronto. Toronto trying to capitalize, do some penalty killing, but oh no! Utah gets the power play goal. Down 91 with his first goal of the game, first goal of the season. And Utah Hockey Club is up 1-0. Toronto wins the face-off. Oh, but they unfortunately give it away to the goalie. Here's a right winger coming down for Utah. Stops in front of the goalie, does a little dipsy doodle. A little bit of a backhand, gets stopped easily by the Toronto goalie. The goalie on fire. Toronto goalie is not a sieve. Toronto goalie has had quite a few years of experience. Here's Utah. Utah in front of the net. Oh, can't quite capitalize. Another shot. Ricochet
Sonia
off
John
to the
said is
Toronto
like
player.
when we were in the ice rink.
Yes, it is, chat rat. Yes, it is. Here comes Utah. They defeat the icing. They're not offside. Quick shot on the goalie, but defeated. All the way down the rink. Toronto. Oh, can't quite get it through the screen. Deflection. Utah once again regrouping, coming down. A little bit of a dance in front of the Toronto net. Behind the goal. Over one-timer. Not quite there. Got picked off. Toronto coming up the right side. Easily stopped by the Utah goalie. And that'll be a face-off in the Utah section of the rink.
Sonia John said in VRChat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we were in VRChat. This is exactly like that, except, you know, hockey. Also, there's a commentator yelling at people. Toronto wins the face-off, but unfortunately can't capitalize. Over down to the left winger of Utah. Skating around, looking for an opportunity. Loses it in front of 4 Toronto players. Toronto, oh, gives up the puck in the center ice. Bit of a collapse in front of the Toronto goalie, and there's going to be a penalty coming. Slashing.
Sonia John said ha.
Slashing. Toronto's up on that power play. They gave up one last time. Let's see how they do on this one. Oh, quick shot on Toronto. Toronto capitalizing, looking for that power play victory. Gives it up in front of the Utah goal. Utah coming on strong, the brand new league, but unfortunately they shoot it out of the rink, and that'll be a face-off. There we go. Toronto, a little bit of a dance, trying to get that puck into the Utah ice. Give it up at the line. Utah, one-on-one, behind the net. Unfortunately, got hammered away. Oh, bit of a stick shot, and just couldn't quite get it in on that Toronto goal. Toronto up at the left side, coming in through the center, passes back. Defeated. Toronto still trying to capitalize with only 14 seconds left on that power play. Unfortunately, they get called for offside. Face-off. Utah wins it. The power play expires. Team's back at full strength. Toronto gives it away to just out of the box. Oh, there's a lot of vicious. Oh, that's some blood-curdling hitting going on over in the Utah zone there. And that's offsides for Utah. I think both teams need a breather and a line change. Here we are at face-off. Score is currently Utah 1, Toronto nothing at the halfway mark of the first period. There's going to be
Sonia
another
John
penalty.
said, when are you going on VRChat again?
Oh, I don't know. I do VRChat whenever I do anything on any of the games I play on a whim. Who knows when I'll be on VRChat next. And we got we've got a power play goal from Utah. That was only 1 second on that power play. Score is currently Utah 2, Toronto nothing. Utah coming in from behind. Toronto being the favorites, but now they're down by 2 in the first half. Oh, but that is quickly taken care of by Matthews, getting his first goal of the evening with Riley as the assist. The fans go wild here in the Scotiabank Arena. 80 decibel limit. Listen to the music. The organist is just having a blast. The organist. You can't stop that organist. Going to town. There we are. Waiting for that offside. Utah. They're going to be facing off against penalty. Utah trying to capitalize. Oh, but Toronto touches the puck, and that'll be a penalty. It's going to be holding for Larson. And once again, Utah, who has had 2 power play goals on the night. Let's see how Utah handles this third power play on the evening. They're doing 100% on the power plays. Here we go. Utah coming down. Unfortunately, can't quite capitalize. Goes back to the goalie. Goalie passing it up. Strong Leafs offense in the Utah zone. Well, the Leafs get the puck. They can't quite handle it. It's going to be offside in the Toronto zone. 54 seconds left on this power play. Utah wins the draw. Utah skates in the right winger. Oh, does a little bit of a dance in front of the net. Pass gets picked off. Toronto all alone. Oh, gets met by the defender on the Utah side. Utah has to regroup. Utah coming down for one last chance on this power play. Shot on net. Stopped. Toronto takes the puck, and it's full strength. Toronto managed to kill that power play. Here's Utah once again, trying to get some creative juices flowing against this strong Toronto offense, but it's a little too strong as Toronto gets called for offside. 6:54 left in the first period. Toronto wins the draw. A little bit of a hiccup and a tiptoe around the puck there, but Utah eventually wins. A little bit of a passing. Toronto gets the puck. They're going up into the zone. Oh, backhand. Saved by the Utah goalie. Here's Toronto. Regrouping down at their end zone. Toronto. Oh, vicious one-timer. Somehow managed to get that pass back before he got hammered. Here's Toronto, and that is clearly offside. 91 should feel shame. 91 should feel shame. His family should feel shame. 91. What are you doing? These are the big leagues. You're playing in the NHL in 91. Here we go. 34 all alone breakaway. Oh, denied. A stone wall in the Utah net denied that breakaway. What a save. What an absolute statue. The Utah goalie. And Utah can't quite capitalize on that, and they're going to get a penalty for charging. It's going to go to Marino. These things happen when you're playing the big leagues, and it's going to be a Toronto power play. Here's Toronto. 34 up the right, looking to shoot it on net, and it gets not only deflected, but deflected all the way down the ice. Pistol, indeed. There we go. Toronto trying to regroup. Here's a breakaway. Oh, no. Utah against 2 defenders. Couldn't quite navigate. Couldn't quite thread that needle. Toronto dumps it into the Utah zone. Toronto catches a break, and they got their second goal of the night. Matthews assisted by Nylander and Tavares. Listen to that crowd. The crowd is on fire. They've tied up the game. It's now 2-2 going into the 3-minute mark of the first period. What an amazing back and forth match we're seeing here. As long as Toronto doesn't get any penalties and give away anything on the power plays, they might actually stand a chance. Utah making a couple of great saves. Here comes Utah on the breakaway. They can't quite capitalize.
Sonia John said whoa.
Toronto coming up. Toronto getting denied. Hands it off to the Utah player up the right side. Utah trying to weave a way through and just passes it to the Toronto goalie. Toronto looking to make some excitement happen here. It's just back and forth. The players, all 10 players on the ice are just giving it their all. They're just, look at them. They're little scamps. They're little sports. They're just trying their best out there. It's like 10-bit hockey, everyone. If you ever played 10-bit hockey, you know exactly what this is all about. 10 players skating for one puck. That's 10-bit hockey. Oh, and Utah gets the goal. Hayden gets the goal. It's not even a power play goal.
Sonia John said it's just
they're
me.
Showing their strength. Even Translation Chan can't keep up with this amazing back and forth action. Translation Chan gonna pass out. We're going to have a hydration check in another 45 seconds. Oh, Toronto coming up strong. Utah leading 3-2. Utah gets a puck. Regrouping, coming down. Staving off that offside, but they give up the puck. Toronto coming up. Once again, they can't get it. Everyone is just going up, giving the puck to the other team, and skating back. And that's the first period, everyone. It's
Sonia John said in
3-2.
chat.
What an amazing back and forth match. 3-2. Utah leading. Let's take a look at some highlights. And once again, as with always, let's take a hydration check during this intermission.
Tethercat said hydration check.
And we're back for the second period. Utah's up 3-2.
Sonia John said yup, I'm good.
Toronto wins the face-off. They're coming down. They shoot it. Utah goalie takes the puck, passes it up. Utah facing a string of players can't quite navigate. Toronto coming back down, also facing a string. Oh, there's a one-timer to Matthews. Matthews gets the hat trick. Matthews with the hat trick. Toronto has tied the game 3-3. It's all Matthews. Give that puck to Matthews, and Matthews will score. Utah having to somehow face the music that they just can't capitalize from a 2-0 lead. They've given up 3. Here comes Toronto. Let's hope that Matthews doesn't get that puck, or else it's going to be in the back of the net. Here's Utah trying to make their way up. They're in Toronto zone. A couple of passes. Can't quite make it past the Toronto goalie. Oh, and he's just... There was a bit of... could have been interference, but the ref didn't quite see that. In the Toronto zone, Utah wins the face-off, but unfortunately they go offside. They have to wait for the Toronto players. Toronto! Toronto gets the offside call. Shame on Toronto. Face-off at center ice. Toronto wins the face-off. The fans are ecstatic about Toronto winning the face-off, but Toronto just can't seem to do anything with it. A weak shot on net means that Utah's coming up strong. Weaving through Dipsy Doodle, but gets hammered by the defense. Toronto capitalizing. Can't quite get past that offside call. There we go. 88 taking that shot. Couple players down. Utah manages to get control of the puck. Utah up on the right side. Bit of a one-timer. Couple of shots on net. Toronto just absolute adversity. Coming off strong. Being a brick wall. And that's an offside call for Toronto. We're coming back to center ice. Just outside the Toronto zone. Toronto wins the draw. Toronto down behind the net. Utah goalie watching as it comes up the left side. Bit of a dance. Utah getting their bearings back straight. Toronto manages to gain control. Oh, and a potential 2-on-1 gets called for offside. That pesky offside, I tell you. Score is 3-3, 5 minutes into the second period. Utah winning that draw, giving it up to Toronto. A bit of a contentious area in the center ice. Shot on net denied. Utah with control coming up. Could be a bit of a... Oh, unfortunately, it couldn't be a bit of a... Toronto waiting at center ice for clearance. There it is. Permission given, but unfortunately gives away to Utah. Utah back over to Toronto. Back and forth. This whole action. Here's Toronto in front of the net. A weak shot. Can't quite get through. Utah getting their bearings back. This brand new team for this brand new season. Utah, who knew that they were such contenders? Mind you, it is the Toronto Maple Leafs, who, let's face it, are the laughing stock of the entire league. Toronto should feel shame. Those fans in the stands should feel shame. The commentators should feel shame. Anyone associated with the Toronto Maple Leafs should feel shame. Toronto gaining control of the puck. It's 3-3. Since Matthews doesn't have it. Oh, but Knees gets an unassisted goal. Knees, his first goal of the season, and Toronto is suddenly up unexpectedly 4-3.
Sonia John said I'm the only person in chat not including Tethercat grinning face.
That seems to be the case, yes. Thank you, chat rat. And Toronto, and now all they have to do is sit for another 32 minutes and Toronto will win, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's a pretty offensive game so far. 4-3. It could be a barn burner. We could be hitting double digits on both sides by the end of this game. Toronto wins a draw. Passing. No one quite knows where the puck is. Oh, and they get hammered. Utah behind the net. It could be an advantage. Utah shot on net. Why?
Sonia John said
Toronto
chat rat.
Remains. Chat rat it is. Toronto, a couple of shots on goal. Weak sauce. Here's Utah up the side. Also can't quite capitalize on that. Utah coming in. Trying to get that puck out. Oh, and 11 somehow manages to get that puck back, but once again, it seems all alone. And it's another offside call. We're coming back to center ice on this one. Toronto at the halfway mark, leading 4-3. Utah wins a draw. Pass up off the right side. Pass back, and it gets picked off by Toronto. Toronto coming in all alone, 1-on-3. Somehow manages to navigate the pylons, but can't quite capitalize, and it's back up. Utah all alone, 1-on-3 once again. Those pylons, pesky pylons. And Toronto does a little bit of a passing play, but once again loses the puck. Utah, nice shot up, all alone, goes wide on the shot. Coming back, and it drifts all the way back down to the Utah goalie. Utah about to sit on it, but passes it up. Here comes the defense on the left side. Utah.
Sonia John said this is good and fun.
Oh my God. It's Toronto and Utah back and forth, back and forth. Once again, 4-3 for Utah, or Toronto on that. Here they come. There we go. Toronto getting the puck, regrouping in the back end. They're up all alone, and he gives it away. What a weak shot. Utah. Oh, it goes off his skate and gets picked off by Toronto. Toronto trying to capitalize. It's 2-on-1. Toronto pass play. And just can't quite seem to... Oh, and there's a penalty. There's a penalty coming against Toronto. Ah. It's hooking. It's Stenlund. Oh, Stenlund. No, that was a penalty against Utah. Stenlund for Utah. The players are so brand new, we still don't even know what teams they're all on, so... Utah coming in. Can't quite make it. One player down, one player on the ice, one player picking off another player. Utah, breakaway. Oh, and just manages to do a faceplant in front of the Toronto goalie. That's humiliating. I feel sad. And Toronto gets another goal. Pacioretty. Pacioretty with no reason to be in there. Pacioretty getting a goal, and Toronto is up 5-3 with 6.5 minutes left in the second period. What an amazing game we're seeing here. If you're a Maple Leafs fan, you've got to be eating well tonight. This post-Thanksgiving meal for Toronto Maple Leafs fans. And a little bit of a puck dance in front of the Toronto net. Utah net, for that matter. There's Toronto. There we go. Toronto coming down, trying to get something happening against Utah. Oh, quick snapshot on the Utah goal. He gets deflected off the face mask. Utah coming up. Oh, somehow that did not go in. That's a highlight reel save right there, everybody. Utah manages to gain control in the Utah zone, coming up the right side. Going in, passing it off. Toronto goalie just navigating, bouncing left, right, and center. Toronto somehow
Sonia
staves
John
off.
said, I'm going for Utah.
Well, and there we go, Toronto with Ty Domi's son, who is now playing in the leagues, foiling the Knuckles. Toronto is up 6-3 after being shorthanded in that first period. Toronto coming on strong. The game is not over yet, not by a long shot, but at 6-3 with 3.5 minutes left in the second period. Utah's really going to have to set fire to those skates and put some glue on the stick. I think Utah's going to cork some sticks. I think that's my prediction. Utah's going to cork the sticks. New rules, everybody. Let's hope they don't get caught. Utah up through the center. Staves off the icing.
Yamir said,
Bit
is
of a
this the
passing
Canadian
play. Oh.
citizenship test?
This is definitely the Canadian citizenship test, Yamir. Yes, it is. Toronto 6-3 against Utah. We're coming into the final 2 minutes of the second period. Toronto coming up center ice.
Sonia John said no.
Toronto, Utah fighting in center ice for control. Utah gets it, but unfortunately, players are askew in front of the Toronto goal. Toronto coming down. Can they make it 7-3? Not at that play. Toronto's still coming in. Number 16, and he gets hammered in front of the Utah goalie. Utah having another chance here. Oh, some vicious hits are happening. We're in the final minute of the second period. Toronto behind the Utah goal, trying to make some action happen. Got to wait for that offsides call. Oh, and he gets hit. Oh, and Utah gets hit. It is just action back and forth. Toronto with the slap shot gets denied. Utah up the right side. 10 seconds left in the second period. Can anything happen? It cannot. And that's the second period. Toronto is up 6-3, and sports fans were having another hydration check.
Tethercat said hydration
Keep an eye
check.
out for the replays from other games. And we got a highlight from the Los Angeles, Florida game. Let's take a look. What a fantastic shot that was. This is
Sonia
top-tier
John said,
NHL
okay,
hockey.
I'm good in water.
There's Nashville and Colorado. This highlight reel just happened. Nashville. What an amazing play that was.
Yamir said, why need hydration check in ice hockey when you can just lick the ice?
Don't ask the hard questions. And we're back to the third period. Toronto is up 6-3. They were down 2-0 in the first period, but they've come back, and they've come back strong. Toronto gets control of the puck. Skating into the Utah zone. Let's hope that Utah can mount a solid offense on this third period. Oh, and you're not going to do that with plays like that. They get tripped up in their own zone. Toronto waiting for some allies. Unfortunately, giving the puck away. Here's
Sonia
Utah.
John said, ha 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 h h h h h h h h h h.
And I think ChatRat needs some medical assistance. If we have any medical attendants in the rink, ChatRat needs some medical assistance. Here's Utah waiting, skating and waiting. Gets in, threading that needle, but can't quite capitalize. A second shot on net. Utah just getting stonewalled. Utah just throwing anything in so they can do a line change, and they somehow get a goal. Utah, Dursey gets a goal. First goal of the game for Dursey, and Utah has made it a 6-4 game with 18 minutes left in the third. It's no one's game yet. Anyone can win this one. Let's see how it goes. Toronto, breakaway. Oh, can't
Yamir
quite
said, I could
capitalize.
totally be a doctor.
Yamir. Well, as long as you can... Chat Rat seems to have stabilized, everyone. That's great. Great news. Way to pull through, Chat Rat. Utah with the puck, passing it up. Utah might have a 1-on-2 chance, but... And there it is, a one-timer from Cooley. One-timer from McBain. Cooley scores on the one-timer. Utah, in 2 minutes, has made this a 6-5 matchup. What an amazing play. Translation Chan cannot keep up. Toronto trying to widen the field, but Utah with 2 unanswered within 2 minutes. Utah knows that it is their time to shine. More action happening in front of the Toronto goal, and Toronto is just holding on to that puck for dear life at this point. Toronto, the shame of the league. Toronto, the laughing stock. Toronto, who every
Yamir
season
said goal from
feels
Baden
bad.
Kool-Aid.
Toronto, every year, who subsidizes Florida's rent system with their early retirements each season. Toronto, who hasn't been in contention for the Stanley Cup since 1965. They're coming on strong. Utah had a 3-on-none, but unfortunately that offside was pesky on them. And now Toronto regroups. Toronto 1-on-2 coming up. And that's a weak shot on the Utah goalie. Here's Utah 1-on-1 coming down. There's a shot, but unfortunately the player gets hammered into the boards. Toronto is skating up, trying to find that loose puck. The fans are in rapture mode at this point anymore, and the fans are just going to ascend into the upper tier stands, up into the golds. Not the golds, the greens. The golds are on ice level. Oh, in Utah! Gunther with his second goal of the game, and it's now a tie game, 6-6, with 13 minutes left in the third. And the corporates in the gold level at ice level are just not happy. But the fans in the $20 greens up top, they're loving life. Here's Utah in front of the Toronto net. Toronto does not want any Utah players in front of that net because Toronto just being a sieve. Here's Toronto in front of Utah. Bit of a back and forth. Utah coming down strong, 1-on-1. Shot saved. Pass up. And Toronto did not realize that the puck was in front of them. Toronto just the thread is unraveling on Toronto, as predicted. There are happy bookies out there right now, I can assure you, sports fans. Happy bookies all across Toronto. Utah gets control of the puck coming down. Even if it's a 1-on-2 or a 1-on-3, you cannot discount this Utah team. Great save by the Utah goalie, but unfortunately gives it away to the back of the Toronto player's head. Utah coming in strong. Weak shot on the Toronto goalie. Oh, Utah player taking out 2 Leafs.
Yamir said ALRIGTG.
BTW LOLGG, Ymir. L8R. Toronto shooting it in front of the Utah goal. No luck. We're at 9 minutes left in the game. 9 minutes left in the third. Oh, that shot hit the Utah right in the face. He's down. No medical attention, no whistle. And Utah is now behind the Toronto goalie. Toronto passing it up. Getting some action happening, but player offside means that Utah capitalizes. Here it is, 1-on-2, Utah in front of the Toronto goal. Stopped. What a great save. All the way up to Toronto, who's all alone, but sitting behind the net. Just gives it away. Utah back in control, coming up through center ice. Utah, one-timer, stopped by the Toronto goalie. Back up. Here's Toronto. Tries for the one-timer, can't quite get it. Toronto regains control of the puck. Toronto a serious threat in front of that Utah goal at the moment, but gives it up. Here's Utah in front of the Toronto goal. What a great save by Toronto. That Toronto goalie. He's hot, he's cold, he's all over that map, he's lukewarm. Toronto trying for right ice, heading up through center. Bit of a dance around. Nice little wrist shot. Gets saved. Utah coming back through center, but that would be offside. 6-6-6 in the fourth. There's There's a lot of, if the fans had Rapture, now they're feeling Dante's Inferno. Toronto coming up. Unfortunately, giving the puck away, it's a bit of a scramble. Here's Utah, breakaway, and there will be a penalty. That's a penalty shot for Utah. Jay McBain. Oh, denied an amazing penalty shot opportunity by McBain, and Utah can't capitalize. However, play in the Toronto zone. Utah with the shot. Stopped by the Toronto goalie. Toronto gains control of the puck, gives it away to Utah. Utah waiting for nothing. Here's Toronto with us. Toronto is just having all the opportunities. Empty net, wide open, couldn't do anything. Toronto
Sonia
makes
John
a save
said,
at the
"Wow."
far end. Here's Toronto going in strong. Heavy shot over the top of the goal. Utah gains control. Back at the Utah zone. Can't quite get that Toronto defense out of the way. Here's Utah giving it away in front of the Toronto net. Toronto recouping. Here's a one-on-one. Fortunately, nothing is happening with that. And there's a couple of hits in the center ice area. Toronto regains control of the puck. They're coming up strong, 2-on-2. Oh, what a great opportunity. Oh, bit of a wide open. Couldn't quite get that shot off. Here's Utah. And Utah takes the lead. Cooley with McBain's assist. And it's a 7-6 game with 2:44 left in the third period. What an amazing game this is. Oh, and Utah is not letting up. Utah with the pressure. Here's the Leafs trying to scramble, trying to get anything happening. It's still anybody's game. Can't quite get it. Here's Utah, and that'll be an offside for Utah. And after that line change, we got 2 minutes left in the third period. The Leafs are going to try and do anything they can. And here they go, Leafs regrouping. They're probably going to pull the goalie. Leafs getting a shot. Here's Utah. Oh, gives it away, but unfortunately they get it right back. Leafs. There it is, final minute of play in the third period. Final minute of play, and it's 7-6 Utah. Here's Utah. Oh, and they can't quite get anything. It's an empty net. All they gotta do is shoot. Oh, Leafs. Leafs are on the pressure. All Utah has to do is shoot on the empty net. That's all they have to do. And they can't even do that, because they can't even do that. Oh. Toronto, 5 seconds left. Anything. No! Utah wins. 7-6. Oh, what an amazing game that was. Utah, the brand new babies of the NHL League, win against the laughingstock Toronto Maple Leafs, but not for lack of trying. Toronto had a strong game. The fans here in the Scotiabank Arena are mollified. They're sad. They're weeping into their beer. They're going to go outside and riot because it's not quite Vancouver, but it's Vancouver light. Let's take a look at the highlight reel, see if there's any other games that are concluding. Oh, here's a Washington and Vegas game. That's concluding. Oh, vicious hit. Washington.
Sonia John said woo.
Washington tied it up, and now in overtime, we're going to take a look at the Washington-Vegas game. Once again, Washington with the control of the puck. All they got to do is shoot it on the net. All I gotta do is, no, it's Vegas. All Vegas has to do is shoot it on the net. No, it's, all Washington has to, anyone literally shoot the puck. Come on. The game has disabled goalie control. Oh, and that's icing. Here's another highlight from the Washington-Vegas game. Anyone literally shooting on the net will score. The goalies are disabled. And there's the goal. Washington, 5-4. What an amazing highlight. Ooh, and here's the Battle of Canada, Vancouver and Calgary. Calgary coming up strong, but giving it away. Vancouver shot from the side. Miller, what an amazing shot. That's a highlight reel right there. That was fantastic. That's your NHL for the evening. That's what an amazing game that was. We're going to take a look at some of the game stats. Oh, and I guess we're not. And I guess we're not. There we go, everyone. So that's NHL 2005. We're at the 46-minute mark of this stream. Amazing. That was fun. That's a nice little game. Give you a taste of what it's all about. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see, look at, ooh, 2 players can play as teammates. Play mode, new playoffs, playoff 7, shootout. Let's just try a shootout between, who do we want to see? I like how there's no Las Vegas team anymore. Oh, that's because they're Vegas, not Las Vegas. So the hottest place on Earth, and here's Florida. Let's do Vegas and Florida. Two teams in the tropical zone. Let's watch a shootout between those two. Record goals by 3. Record goals by 3. Sounds good to me. Shootout setup. This is demo. Team roster. Player cards. Let's player cards. It doesn't matter. We're in shootout mode. Denied.
Minimi 96 said way to go.
It's a good thing I'm not a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Yeah, they're my home team. But the Toronto Maple Leafs are just, you know, meh. Either you're an amazing Toronto Maple Leafs fan, like you're a hardcore, you wear the jerseys, you go to the games, you cheer them on, these billionaires, or you don't give a shit. And then I'm on that second rank. I'm just here to have fun. Hockey is hockey. Hockey is here to have fun. It's like I was describing with that Timbit hockey thing. It's the most boring shootout mode I've ever seen in my life. Timbit hockey is when you get a whole bunch of the little minor league kids. So we're talking like the 5 to 10-year-olds. Yeah, the ones who can barely skate. And they're wearing $300 worth of hockey equipment, the huge pads. They look like me. This is Timbit hockey. And the puck goes down the ice and no one knows any of the rules. And so you have 10 players skating after one puck. That doesn't even matter. There's no strategy. It's just 10 centers. No defense, no left wing or right wing. 10 centers skating at a puck. It's like watching ducks. And then you got the 2 goalies who are just bored, hanging out by some mesh. That's Timbit hockey. I love Timbit hockey. If you ever get a chance, go to a local arena, go watch the kids play. The kids are the true treasures of this sport. No one cares about these huge multimillionaires who, you know, they play for 60 minutes and then retire to their yachts in Maui. No one cares about them. But those little tiny Timbits, they're just so happy. Oh, and another thing, another terminology here is that Timbit is a branded name for a donut hole. So if you can imagine a donut, and then you take the hole out of the center of the donut, that is the brand name for a product known as a Timbit. And little tiny hockey player, young toddler type hockey players are called Timbits. So, anyways, I love watching. This is the most boring shootout I've ever seen in my life. Okay, no one's winning. Yay! Yay! No one wins. Let's get the hell out. And we're gonna do a hard reset. At this point, you know, we're not quite 1 hour in. We're not at the top of the hour. We're just gonna kind of play along a little. What else can we take a look at? Let's do new playoffs. Again, it's going to be demo mode. Oh, I can't. All right, we're doing a regular season demo mode, and we're going to do Montreal versus Montreal. No reason. Penalties, no. Line changes, no. We're just going to run this for like 30 seconds or whatever. We don't really care. We're just running the clock now. And as all the Montreal players and their doppelgangers hit the ice, you can tell the evil ones because they're wearing their goatees. Wouldn't that be a match? It's like those NES games where you would play a platformer or a fighting game, and then you'd have to play a mirror match against your evil twin. That's this, Montreal versus evil Montreal. Who's who? Look for the goatee.
Reed 1914 said person turquoise waving.
Hey, person turquoise waving to you too, Greed. Horse, unicorn, rainbow, rainbow, rainbow. I can't wait for July to come around again. Was it July or June? June, I think. June was, I don't know. I can't remember which one's Pride Month, but I know that it's either June or July. Yeah, we're just playing this for a couple more minutes, and then we're going to retire at the top of the hour. Short stream, but that's fine. I think I'm going to play some Crime and Punishment. I'm going to try and get some Crime and Punishment happening either tonight or tomorrow night. Ideally, it would be tonight. Also, I really just wanted to play some NHL. I don't even like playing this game. That's the funny thing. I love watching this game, but I don't even care to play it. If I fire this game up
Reed
again next time...
1914 said one of the days, I'm actually going to say, person turquoise waving.
Yes, and you'll catch me off guard and I will laugh so very, very hard. Chat Rat says, person turquoise waving. Too funny. I love it. The day that you do that is going to be the best day on this stream. Well, I guess we know who the good Montreal team is and who the evil goatee-wearing Montreal team is. Well, I think we're going to call it. Let's call it early so that we can end the stream before the top of the hour. There we go. Isn't that fantastic? Let's watch that Zamboni crawl by. We're going to end the stream.
Sonia John said dumpling, 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 dumpling.
Everybody loves Chat Rat. And there goes the Zamboni. All right. Let's call it. Let's say no highlight from the game. Okay, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. As always, we're probably going to play some Crime and Punishment tonight. Ideally, in a few hours, I'll fire up some Crime and Punishment. So if anyone or everyone's around, as always, you're more than welcome to join in on that. Until then, thanks for watching, everybody. See you in a bit.
Greed 1914 said hand pink waving. Tethercat said thanks for watching. Tethercat said carrot _carrot. Minimi 96 said alright Tethercat. Have a good one. See ya soon.